Hey guys, Adrienne Green here, and today I wanted to speak with you about a question that I have been asked a few times and that a news article just addressed as well. So what this question is let's say we have a multifamily or a former multifamily in the Chattanooga area, and the zoning either is no longer multifamily or the house is going to be vacant for a while and lose that multifamily zoning. Can you get that multifamily zoning back? So I want to kind of walk through what it looks like, what the situations that occur, and what I've seen. So there's two kinds of properties where today's discussion is relevant. First, we have former multifamilies that are now single families. I see this pop up quite a bit in the Avondale area, but it really can be anywhere in the city of Chattanooga, where often we see a 4-bedroom, 2-bath that used to be a two-bedroom, 1-bath units. And I'll have clients be like, hey, can we convert it back? And outside of the logistics of converting the house back, we also have the situation that the house is often not zoned multifamily anymore. The second type of house where today's conversation is relevant is where we have a multifamily that is currently unlivable. So I've seen this specifically when a duplex had a building fire and it was unlivable. Fires are the first thing that come to mind for me, but it really could be anything where you're doing a huge renovation, and I'll explain why in a minute. So in this first case where something has been converted to a single family house, those are usually zoned R1, and I can check that, and I can also send you guys the GIS link website where you guys can see zoning as well as everything else that the GIS website for the county shows you about a house. And so we often look there and see, is it zoned R1 for a single family home, or is it zoned R2, R3 for multifamily? Usually if something's been converted to single family, it is now zoned single family. Now, the second case is when we have this multifamily that is currently unlivable. According to the zoning department, if a multifamily had grandfathered multifamily status, and that's easy to tell if you look again at that zoning map and it's like this plot of land is R2 and everything around it is R1, if the duplex is like that, or if it's triplex or higher density and it's R3 and it's just its own little island surrounded by a sea of R1, that is my indicator that it had grandfathered multifamily status. And if that is the case and this multifamily is currently unlivable, if no one's living in it for 100 days, it will lose its grandfathered status and it will revert back to being R1 or single family. Even if it's a duplex, even if it has 2 doors, even if it has a wall down the middle separating it, that's what will happen. And if you're thinking, oh, well, how is the city going to know that it's vacant for 100 plus days? Well, you're going to need to pull permits in order to do work on a house that is unlivable, odds are. And they're going to know because they're going to be involved through that permitting process with building inspectors. So now, if a house loses its grandfathered status, you're like, well, maybe I can just get it back. And technically you can. The process requires city council approval, and the zoning department has said that that can take 3 to 4 months to go through the process and get. Now, when a client spoke to the zoning department person that he spoke to said that they're usually pretty lenient when a house has already been a multifamily home. But the reason we're doing this video is that there was just an article in the Chattanooga Can yesterday about a house that had been a duplex, or actually had been a triplex. It was a duplex and used as a triplex, had a fire, and lost its grandfathered status. The article isn't that clear. It is linked in the description, so feel free to read it yourself, about how long. They didn't really say what the timeline was of that. I'm not sure if the house was used as a single family during that time. It sounds like maybe it had been since it lost its status. And the owner was applying to change and get that multifamily status back, and they refused. Even though the house was originally built as a duplex, it has 2 electric meters, city council said no. And what we see coming in here is if the neighbors are complaining and the neighbors are saying we don't want a duplex there, we don't want multifamily there, we only want single family, then the city council is going to do what the neighbors want. That's what it sounds like to me from the article. So I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys because it is a question that's come up a lot and it's very location specific. So if you're investing in Chattanooga from somewhere else, you may not be aware of this. If you are looking to invest in Chattanooga, you have questions like this is the kind of expertise that you get working with me since I am here locally. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to check out all my other real estate investing videos about Chattanooga as well. I post a ton on here. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any questions about investing in Chattanooga, please reach out and have a great day.